Hey guys, it's Steph here with the Flower Fanatic. So it has been a beautiful day. The last 2 weeks, I think I've spent like 8+ hours in my yard. I just could live out here. It's been amazing. But finally, I'm able to plant my Bareroots. So in a video, I think it was about 3 months ago, I got a bunch from Lowe's, some ferns, some peonies, and some nikko blue hydrangeas. So I will be putting them in the ground. They're all shade loving. They like a fair amount of moisture, and so I'm excited. They've been hardening off. But the ferns, they are taking forever to sprout. They're still really green and they're healthy. They are getting a little bit of growth. This is the east side of my house, so it gets morning sun and then a little bit in the afternoon until 1 or 2 o'clock before my honey locust, which is in front of me right here, until that starts to get its leaves. And then when it starts to have a lot of leaves, it's a very, very shady area. I'm gonna plant these 1 to 2 inches deep. So I'm learning there wasn't a huge benefit to starting these early in my greenhouse, but I did want to buy them before they were no longer available at Lowe's, because sometimes they get rid of things. And so this way I got a bunch of ferns for a lot cheaper, but I would have been better off maybe just sticking them in the ground when it was warm enough. There is this tiny one, and this is its first sign of growth, so they are finally waking up. Oh, I don't know if I would plant bareroot ferns ever again. They're just trying my patience. I might just buy the plant in the store. But see these little black things right here? You want to face those up, and if you do have shoots, it kind of helps you out because they're facing up. So that's how you're going to want to plant it. Try to force some of those roots to go down. Okay, I'm back in an area that was a total disaster about a month and a half ago, so I've been cleaning up a little bit. It still has a ways to go. It's just a section at a time, but I just wanted to add that with the ferns, I don't think I will try and grow those again, because if you buy one in the store, you can immediately divide it into like at least 2 plants. So that's a lot cheaper. So I don't know if it's worth. I just hate waiting. But these other bare roots, definitely worth growing as bare roots just because they've been so easy. Here are my peonies. I had them stored in the garage for such a long time. So I'm going to plant 3 of them right here along the chicken coop. And then I also have a clematis that I'm going to put right here to let it crawl right here. It's going to be beautiful. And then they like part shade at least. They definitely will take the full sun. You'll get more blooms that way. This is the Sarah Bernard varieties, so they don't like a ton of shade. One last thing, when you're planting your peony bare roots, if you don't have any growth yet, and I know I've already said this a lot, but if you're new to my channel, this is an easy mistake to make, and it's your first time growing a peony bare root. Just make sure it doesn't go 1 to 2 inches deeper than the soil. 1 inch deep is sufficient to be on the safe side. Otherwise, you might not get any blooms if you go any deeper. I am just giddy over here because this soil is incredible. I am just so surprised because nothing has been added to it. It's like the perfect soil. I planted them, I would say this is about 3 feet apart. I want them to get nice and big. And then right here are the nikko blues that I'm going to be planting on the other side. Here they're going to be a little bit more protected. Kind of. These are still fairly open right here. But I just kind of want to cover this chicken coop a little bit. The chickens will be able to admire some flowers like they care. I'm going to fertilize my hydrangeas right here. I've got some rose tone, holly tone. I want to make them blue. So our soil is definitely more on the alkaline side, so they're not going to go blue naturally. If it was really acidic, they would. So I'll add the holly tone, this rose tone, and some iron tone in the hole. You can see they're finally starting to put on some new growth. This one has a little shoot coming out, and then so does that one. I am planting them right here though because they will only get that morning sun. This is a north side facing with all of this shade from the trees and all this shade from the roof right there, I'm thinking, and then the grapevine will start to leaf out, so it's going to be perfect for them. Okay, so I've sprinkled in that holly tone, the rose tone, and the iron tone. But you can also put in coffee grounds if you want to make your soil more acidic. It's going to take me a while. I'm going to have to work at it year after year to get blue blooms. Even if I got purple, that'd be pretty cool. But once again, this soil is just amazing. They're going to be so happy here since it's like the perfect amount of sunlight and it's a little bit more moist back here and it's just really loamy. Hydrangeas are going to love that. And then I'm also going to experiment with some Hydrangea back here. I love Hydrangea with hydrangeas, and I have it in 3 different areas. I'm trying to see where it's going to grow best because it does like that dappled shade throughout the day, which will be perfect under these trees, and it likes to be moist with this loamy soil. So we're gonna see where it does best because I love it so much. It's looking so much better already. It's definitely a work in progress back here, but I am gonna put a cute little birdhouse right there. And then I've got to create a seating area because I'm always in my cutting garden and I want to hang out here and rest and just enjoy it. And then what else was I gonna say? Oh, I did space them about 4 feet apart because they do get a little bit bigger. In my climate, not as big as some of you in really humid climates where the temperatures are a little bit more mild, but they should get quite a bit bigger than the peonies. All right, let's go move on to the last one that I planted, and that is the bleeding heart. 3 of them right here. They really don't look very pretty in the beginning, but they grow so fast. And this is my north facing wall. I thought about putting a climber back here. So it really only gets about 2 to 3 hours of morning sun at the most, and it's pretty moist. It doesn't dry out very fast, but it does get a little bit of that dappled sunlight. It's evening right now for a little bit, but by then the temperatures have cooled down. I really wanted to put them somewhere where they can stay cool, because if they're in a hotter spot, they're gonna go into dormancy earlier and lose those leaves. I wanna keep the leaves as long as I possibly can. And so here, I think they'll probably keep them probably the whole gardening season and start losing them around end of August to September or beginning of August. That's normal for them, so I think they're gonna be happy here. I have another white one right there. It's just a little start, but they do grow fast, like I said, so you don't have to wait very long. But once they become really bushy, they're absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna have them kind of surround the bird bath with some ferns that haven't come out of the ground yet. I've got to get my bird bath out here now that the frost has passed. Okay, I'm just waiting for stuff to fill in. My ferns won't be mature for 3 to 4 years. These bleeding heart will be significantly bigger next year. I think you'll be amazed how fast they grow. And then I'm not sure what to expect with the Nikko blue hydrangea. This is my first year planting it. And then I'm also interested to see what my bareroot ferns are gonna do. If you did buy some of these bare roots after watching my video, comment down below and tell me how they are doing. I hope you guys are having good success. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.